Hello soulmates, welcome to DSH Kitchen. So today we'll be learning how to make this asymmetric top. So it's made with Ankara fabric, and the skirt I made it with sun ray material. So right here I have my Ankara fabric and then my lining. So we'll be cutting first with the lining material. I'll be drafting direct to from the fabric. So right now, from the starting point is our shoulder. We'll measure from shoulder to my bust point is 11 inches. I measured 11 inches from my shoulder to my bust point, 11 inches. So I measured from my shoulder to chest line 9 inches. From shoulder to my chest line, I measured 9 inches. So after that, I measured from my shoulder to my waistline. I measured 17.5 inches. From my shoulder to my waistline, 17.5 inches. So I measure it and then I join the lines together. So from that my waistline, I come down by 11.5 inches. So this one will serve as the full length of the top, 11.5 inches from my waistline, 11.5 inches, so making it 29 inches, a total of 29 inches for my top. So the length of the top is 29 inches. So now I use my ruler to connect the lines together. I connect the lines together. So now it's time for us to measure our shoulder to shoulder measurement. My shoulder to shoulder measurement is 16 inches divided by 2 will give you 8. So I measured 8 inches for my shoulder to shoulder measurement. Then I come down by 1 inch shoulder slope. 1 inch shoulder slope. Then neck, for my neck width for the front and back is my neck width is 4 inches. Then I connect the lines together from my shoulder slope. Then for my neck depth for the front is 3 inches. Please use 3 inches for your neck depth. So I use 3 inches. I later use 3 inches for my neck depth. For the front, I use 3 inches for my neck depth. So after that, I now measure 8 inches just to make sure that the measurement is accurate, just to get our armhole depth. So I connect the lines together to the shoulder slope. Then I divide the length, the armhole depth into 2. Then I go in by half an inch. Then I connect the line to the shoulder slope. Then after connecting the line to the shoulder slope, then I join it to the armhole depth. So after joining it to the armhole depth, I now extend my shoulder to 1 inch. So I needed to extend my shoulder to 1 inch. I extended my shoulder to 1 inch. So after extending my shoulder to 1 inch, so from that initial shoulder slope that I marked out, I came down again by half an inch. I went down by half an inch. Then I connect the lines together. So after connecting the shoulder slope line together, then I came down again to join my armhole depth. I join it with my armhole depth. So this is my new armhole depth, and then my shoulder and my new shoulder line. So after doing that, then we now measure side dart. I use the side dart because the top on its own does not have side dart. It does not have front dart, so I used a side dart for my own. Well, it's actually optional. You can either use side dart. But if you want to use front dart, you can use, but my own, I use a side dart. So after connecting the line for the side dart, I now divide my chest line into two. I divided my bust into four. My bust divided into four. Then the other, my waistline, my waist circumference divided into four. Then I added 2 inches seam allowance. Remember to add 2 inches seam allowance on each of your drafting so that your fabric will not be short. So for that, for the full length, I use my hip circumference divided by 4. Then I added 2 inches seam allowance for it. So remember to add seam allowance so that it will not be short after making them. So now after drafting that, we connect the lines together. So now it's time for me to cut out the pattern. Then I cut out the pattern. So follow what I'm doing, you will definitely get it. So I cut out the pattern and then the neckline. Then it's time for me to place the front pattern to the back. Remember, the back does not have any zip allowance. There is no zip at the back. We are using side zip for the outfit. So there is no zip at the back. So there is no zip allowance. So you place your fabric, you use your front to cut out the back pattern by placing it this way. So after using your front to cut out, to mark it out, you now use your scissors to cut out the pattern. So I now cut out the pattern. Please do wait to subscribe to my channel, share so that others will come along and learn, and then please comment if you have any question. Comment, I will answer you. So we now cut it out. After cutting out this pattern, so what we'll have to do now is we separate the front and the back. We remove the front and set it aside. Remember, the neck width of our front and back is 4 inches. We use 4 inches for our neck width. For the neck depth of this back, because it's a deep back, we use 9 inches. So from that 9 inches, look at what I'm doing. That 9 inches, we measured 5 inches from that 9 inches. For the down part, we measured 5 inches. Remember, our neck depth, the upper neck depth is 4 inches. Neck width is 4 inches. For the down of the width of the 9 inches, we measure 5 inches. Then the neck depth for the back is 9 inches. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but look at the follow what I'm doing, you will definitely get it. So after that, we'll now cut it out. I use for the down of that place 5 inches and then 4 inches for the upper neck width. So we now cut it out. So after cutting it out, so here is the back and then the front. We'll place the back and the front together. So it's time to measure that design, the asymmetric design. So from the waist, we'll come down by 2 inches. From the waistline, remember what I did, can you see it? Will come down by 2 inches, and then we'll now use our chalk to trace the pattern to the other side of the length of the blouse, to the length of the blouse, which is 29 inches. I came down by 2 inches from the other side. Then I use my chalk and curve it to the full length of the other side. Okay, so you draft it that way. When you are done, you use your scissors and cut out the pattern. So this is the design, the asymmetric design on the down part of the dress. So we set it aside. Is now to cut with our main fabric and Ankara. So you now place your fabric. If you are placing it here, is not going to be on fold because of the asymmetric design on the down part. So you now open it and place it properly and use your pin to secure it. So when you're after using your pin to secure it, from the down part, you measure 1 1 inch, 1 1 inch from the down part for the Ankara, because the Ankara need to be longer than the lining itself. The lining should be shorter, so that after sewing it, you use the Ankara to turn it, and then the lining will not show when you wear your fabric. So you see, so after measuring 1 1 inch from the down part, it means that we use 30 inches for the length of the top for the Ankara, and then the lining we use 29 inches, remember. So we'll now use our scissors and cut out the pattern. So cut it out. Please do share and subscribe. Share and subscribe to my channel, and like, comment if you have any question to ask. So we now cut out the pattern. So we'll use the same method for the back. We'll use the same method. This same method, we'll use it to cut the back. So I've gone ahead to cut the front and the back. So now it's time for us to sew the neckline. Can you see? We join the neck, the lining, the Ankara, we join it and turn it with the lining, the neckline. So I've gone ahead to turn the neckline with the lining, both for the front and the back. Then the next thing that we are going to do now is to flip it back and then sew from the down. Remember, our Ankara is longer than our lining, so we flip it and sew from the down. You sew it down, you sew down, sew it, and then sew the armhole. Then by the side, you sew it and join the shoulders and turn it, iron it and join the shoulders. So I've gone ahead to do all of those things. I believe you that you can do it yourself. It's very easy and simple and beginner friendly too. So after that, it's time for us to join the side, the back and the front together. We now shape it using our bust measurements, our archer measurements. Then we shape the other side where the zip, this place is where the zip will fix our zip. So I will mark a chalk there. So from there I'm marking a chalk is where we're going to stitch, and then from that place we'll now add our zipper there. We'll leave the other place open and add our zipper. So that's it for this tutorial. As you can see, here is the outcome. How do we do? I hope we did well. So follow our this method, you get it. Thank you for watching. Bye.